So good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are. I'm Chloe from APLF team, and thank you for joining the Designer Bag final judging event. So please note that your volume has been muted so we can maximize the bandwidth for the finalist videos, which you will see later. And depending on your internet, just bear with us, you may be choppy at some time. The good news is we are recording this ceremony, so you can see this recording and the finalist videos on YouTube as well. So if you are enjoying the ceremony, do interact with us on Facebook or social media with the hashtag DAB2021 to show us your support to our finalists. So we hope to meet everyone at Fashion Access this year, but of course, COVID is still causing a bit of a health and safety risk. So this year we are still going online with the final judging event. So let's not keep our finalists and judges waiting any longer. We will now begin with the ceremony. So I would like to start off by thanking our sponsor, Arcitoria, for their support on the bag design course, and our supporting partner, Leather Naturally and BPIPI, our media partner, Bagazine and Edizioni AF. So this year, we are honored to have 7 international judges participating in the DAB judging panel. They are from Kate Spade, Giordano, 112 Mountain Yam, Edizioni AF, OO Agency, and the Arcitoria School. Today, joining us at the ceremony live, we have 4 judges present. So first we have Olivia Vedrine, architect, designer, and production designer of OO Agency Paris. Hello, Olivier. Hello.
Yes, I'm here, but hello.
And our second judge is Stefano Megliavaca. He's the International Operation Manager of Edizioni AF from Italy.
Hello, everyone. Welcome, and glad to be here once again. And cross the finger, we have to go on.
Our third judge is Mountain Yam, CEO of 112 Mountain Yam, and he's from Hong Kong.
Hello, guys.
Hello.
Hello.
And our final judge is Nell Kim. She's the accessories designer of Kate Spade.
Hi, guys. This is my first time joining, and I'm very honored to be here.
We're happy to have you too. So in a moment, we'll be hearing from the 3 finalists of the DAB 2021 about the bag concept and the inspiration. But first, we would like to announce again the winner of the online favorite design. So this year, we received a lot of applications, and we were shortlisted 30 design applications in the end, uploaded to our DAB Facebook page for online polling. And the design with the greatest number of likes was Vivace by Florence Dang from Hong Kong. So as you can see, this is quite a feathery leather design, and it really reflects a sense of elegance. Yet at the same time, you can jazz it up because you can change the ornament clasp with whatever you like. So you can really mix and match and pair a traditional clutch like this with a modern clasp. But that's just some of my thoughts anyway. Maybe you guys have other opinion on it. But anyway, we'll move on to our 3 finalists. So the one lucky contestant, the winner, will be crowned the best of the overall winner and take away our grand prize, a 4-week bag design course at Arcitoria School in Milan, valued at $4,200, and also $1,000 cash subsidy on the accommodation at Arcitoria School. So good luck to our finalists. With all that being said, let's watch the videos to see the stories behind our finalists, followed by a Q&A session. And first up, we have a video from Juan Manuel. His design is called Backstory 60.
I am Juan Mora. I'm from Colombia, and this is my design Backstory 60.
A forgotten military object from the past was revisited. For this bag, the concept of recycling becomes fundamental and essential. The material used is the product of discarded pineapple leaves, being a byproduct of the industry, a circumstance that makes it 100% sustainable, since it does not have processes that damage or pollute the environment. The material known as peen latex replicates the quality of leather, adapting to the qualities and characteristics desired in the article by the target user. Luxury revolves around a unique ancestral technique of Colombian origin from a small town called San Juan de Pasto. The material used comes from the Amazon rainforest and its extraction does not harm the mopa mopa plant. The bag carries in its DNA an autochthonous symbology that contains fragments of the history of Colombia, richness and ancestral knowledge that make us unique. The design of a piece must be sustainable from its origin, aimed at preserving the ancestral communities, their millenary techniques and materials, adapting them to the object, in order to maintain their validity over time.
So this is the video concept of our first finalist, Juan Manuel. So it's really great to see such strong elements from his hometown, Colombia, in the bag design. So let's kick off the Q&A session. Stefano, what do you think? Do you have any questions or anything you would like to know from Juan?
Yes, for sure.
In general, I like it. Like the idea to take inspiration from what is your background, so Amazon forest and Colombia forest, and using natural material, etc. I just wanted to ask you if it's already, develop also a kind of, we can say, capsule collection, an idea of collection related to this shape, which is nice, round one, etc. Or is just, he just was thinking about this product standing on its own. So this is my question.
You can repeat the question. I don't understand, please.
Sorry?
I think you would like to
repeat the question.
repeat your question.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want me to say in Spanish?
Yeah, please.
Ok, seguimos en español. So, me gusta mucho la idea, me gusta mucho que tú vas a tomar inspiración de tu país, de la Amazonia, de la foresta, etc. Va a utilizar material natural como leda, el cuero de piña, etc. La pregunta es si tú ya estudiaste una idea de una colección o tienes solo esto como idea, como inspiración, porque el diseño me gusta, pero me gustaría un poco entender si tú tienes ya una idea de desarrollar una colección sobre esto.
I don't have a lot of designs around other products, but this product have inspiration around the military object of 1926, and it's possible that I can to create with other drawings that I have in my books, and yes, it's possible to create the collection around this product.
Okay, thank you.
Juan, hello. I would like to have, I have a question for you too. I think that the theme, we think oldies but goodies, is very appropriate. But what is more specific to your project? If I look at your design, you are the only one to speak about the consumer. And this is my question. The consumer for your bag is a non-conformist. Can you explain for me, to me, what do you mean by non-conformist?
Okay. The customer, I research around this because when you create the product, you need always solve user needs of the customer, because in the product the customer research the specific topics. This customer is the used a specific product that have indigenous products and savor the environment. For this, is so important for the product that he used. No, another thing that he see in the product is that have a history around this. Not only the product and the material, he see always around the history. For this, I think about this and the ancestral techniques that is so important for this customer. No more.
Thank you, John. I understand. Thank you, Juan.
Mountain, do you have any comments, any questions you would like to ask Juan?
Well, I do appreciate that he do use a lot of like consideration in the sustainable materials, especially like emphasize the craftsmanship of the locally made products. And I do have a doubts on like why did you get inspired from the lunch like bottle? Because is there any specialty or special meaning behind that you would like to express to us? So because I'm also a designer, so I do appreciate how to get inspired and then apply in your products, which I'm really like curious of why did you choose this as your story?
Okay.
Your prototype, so we can see it as well live of you holding your prototype. Yeah. Might help you better explain.
Okay. I start to the research around the product that have history. The product that I find that have history was a bottle for 1960. I really like the form and the concept, because is the other moment in the history, and for this was so important, because in the in the past of the history have the amazing story, and I use it the form, the specific form of the bottle, and no more.
So now, do you have any questions for?
So I like your bag. Like what I like about it, it's your inspirations coming from your historic background. So that could be also like that could be very specific, but your bag is also functional, like the shape, like double handle, like round handle, like everything, make it more commercial like. That's what I like about it. And I'm actually very interested in your material sourcing process. I see you use the sustainable wood, like Vanish of Pasto, Penatix leathers. Is there a reason why you chose those materials? Like, were there any sustainable option that you're considering? Like, so what's your thought process on choosing these materials?
Okay, for me, it was so important these materials because the wood is the other material, not this normal material like always using for the bag, but it's only leather. I really like to use old technique from Colombia that this is varnish de pasto. For this, I use wood. I use wood, and I use the same the leather Pinatex because have is a material that have a develop around the I don't know with the garbage for this specific company, like is the piña, apple, pineapple, and for this is so important use it, and because the user is so important this the materials and the old techniques and protect the environment.
Thank you, Juan. So if the judges don't have any more questions, then we will move on to the Q&A for our next finalist, which is Valeria Zingaretti. So we will also show her video concept first. Her bag design is called Acrobaleno.
I'm Valeria Zingaretti, and I'm born in Iesi in 1988, and I'm an Italian designer. I study industrial design at the SIA, Istituto Superiore Industrie Artistiche in Florence, in Italy. And I also study at Proprio Academy of Design in Finland. I create by my hand the Arcobaleno handbag. This bag is an eco-friendly product and has a social meaning. During the COVID pandemic, during the lockdown, lots of Italian people draw on their balcony the rainbows to symbolize hope, freedom, and human life. I create the rainbow in a leather product and fashion accessories. The rainbow is made by different colorful leather lines put together that create the handle of the bag. The design is really minimal. It's really simple, just a circle and line, and the power of the bag is the color and the rainbow meaning. The bag is an eco-friendly product because it's made by recycled Italian leathers and waste material. That's really important in our time because we should save the environment and have really a focus for the future.
So let's invite Valeria to join us for the Q&A. Let's start with Stefano. What did you think of it? So what about the wave of hope and positive feeling it sends to everyone? Do you have any questions for Valeria?
Okay, I guess I'm play home. I mean, I'm Italian. She's Italian. I like this bag. I like the design. I like the color. I like the idea of using sustainable recycled leather and getting inspiration from what happened in these 2 years. I guess is something natural but not easy also to use as a suggestion, because it's been so challenging time that was not very easy. No, the only question is, I can say if you, as again, I mean, for me, it's always important to have on the background, to have an idea of marketable product. I guess this is something very important in our market. And so to have an idea if you have behind this bag standing on its own, but to have an idea of the collection of marketable product. I mean, if you have any perspective in this side. This is my question.
Okay, thank you for your answers. About your question, I actually, this is a shape that I designed for the contest, and after the prototype, I realized that this idea can be used for do other bag in the same line with the simple shape and colorful lines. So actually, yes, I design other bags that are like smaller and bigger, but they are just design sketch, and can be a nice collection to have this kind of theme and topic actually. So yeah, yes.
And you have also an idea regarding a possible consumer?
Actually, the final customer of the bag, what I saw about the reaction is that lots of young and old people like this shape because it's powerful color. So and is dynamic. So should be something like for, I think for young person, I think, but it depends.
Okay, thank you, grazie.
Grazie.
Hello, Valeria. I have a question. I'm Olivier. Can you hear me? I would like to know, Valeria, about your creative process. You talk about the rainbow, all the symbolism of the bag, which is beautifully done. About your creative process, I would like to know, how do you start to design the bag? Do you make sketches? Do you touch materials? How do you proceed? Can you explain to me once, please?
The inspiration was the rainbow, and everybody was drawing on the balcony, and actually I had an idea in mind, and I sketched in my book, and after I start to use the material to create the bag. So I was working with the material, with the leather, and I start to sewing, and at the end the result was that one. So is design and use my hand, actually, both.
Okay, so if I understand, you first make a sketch, and then you collect materials and colors to make it. Okay, thank you.
Hi, Nell. Do you have any questions for Valeria regarding the shape or any of the different compartments about how much it can hold, whether it can be, a good layout for a bag to use?
Yeah, first of all, I like your bag. It could be like the half moon shape could be very like simple, but by adding all this rainbow, I think it makes it really unique and special. And your prototype almost look like a finished product. I wouldn't be surprised if we had like if that bag is sitting in our Kate Spade store, it's like that finished. I love like the rainbow is creating all this dimension and texture. So I have like, yes, I would like to ask you what's the functionality of this bag and like how much it can hold. And my second question is somewhat related to Olivier's question. What was the most challenging part during the design or making process? Like, what do you find it the most challenging?
Okay, about the prototype, I didn't test too much the way that it can take it, but I think for the construction can be more than 1 kilogram. Actually, the bag has, you can open it, you can put your pocket, your keys, your mobile, and it's 28 for 24 and 14 centimeters dimension. So yeah, actually you can bring some stuff inside.
Great.
And about the inspiration, actually I love to use my hand to create new design. So the process was from my idea in mind to my hands actually. So that's the result.
That's the challenging part you had in the process.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel you. Sometimes like hand sketch doesn't really translate into actual product like 100%, but I think you did a good job, like good sketch turned into like the product you imagined.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you very much.
And our final judge, Mountain, do you have any comments on maybe the marketability as well of Arcobaleno?
I love the bag. I think the finishing, especially in the middle part of the metal finishing, is very clever. And I do think that if you start to develop the line, the opening of the bag could be slightly enlarged. Otherwise, it's not very user friendly to put stuff in the bag. But generally, I do love the fact that it's very 3D and it's quite fragrant. So I love the bag.
Thank you.
So if none of the judges have any other further questions, we will move on to our third finalist. So thank you, Valeria. And we will now introduce the third bag design. So it is called Aero Bag by Yu-Min Lee. So we will now see her video concept.
This is Yu-Min Lee introducing Aero Bag. The challenge was to design a bag with the various discarded car parts. The leather is from the old discarded car parts, which has scars and signs of usage, but it has a great potential to be restored to give a second life. The materials that I used for designing the bag are leather, auto cover, window trim, and seatbelt. The design was inspired by the characteristic of the streamlined and aerodynamic car design. After a study of streamlined design, 3 bag shapes were designed, which came from the car seat, door, and mirror. And this is the final result.
Welcome Yu-Min Lee to join us for the Q&A. So this bag design is quite different from the other two that we saw. It's very modern, very sleek. So Stefano, let's start with you again. What comments do you have for this bag design?
Okay, welcome. I like it. The only things that I can find it is more a design object than not a bag, personally. I mean, it's fantastic idea to use leather from cars and etc. But I mean, it's not easy to produce in any case because you have iron, you have steel inside, you have leather, etc. And it's beautiful, really beautiful. Again, for me, I guess is if I think of the market, I guess it's not an easy bag to put on the market. That's the only things. But for the rest, I like the idea. I like the idea to use recycled leather from cars, from other pieces. I like the idea of the design. The only things is this. I mean, and the question is when you start to develop an idea for bags and you go to these kind of pieces, I mean, you have in mind also the market, the consumer, how to sell it, how to put it on the market?
So wait, what was the question? Can you repeat the question, please? Sorry.
The question is if, I mean, again, this is very beautiful and is a fantastic design object, okay? So the question is, when you start to design and to develop an idea for bags, right? You have also in mind the consumer, the market, how to put it on the market, how to create something that can be sold and can have a consumer. That's the question.
So I focus on the users. I try to make it useful and comfortable as possible, but I focus more on the environment because like I didn't want to design a bag that is harmful for the environment. So yeah.
So,
Sorry,
okay.
Sorry for interrupting. Do you have an actual proto with you?
Yes. Yep.
Oh, I thought all of yours was either like 3D printed or like 3D rendering. I wasn't aware there was actual prototype. Cute.
Yeah, so it was hard for me to make a bag exactly like that. So I made the base shape of the bag with the 3D printer, and you know, there's like a limitation of size for 3D printing. So the size of the bag exactly is like 70% smaller than the original one. So yeah, I pasted the letter on top.
Olivier, do you have any comments on this unique design?
Sure. Humanly design is very well communicated. I think that the video explained very well the concept of the young artist, the young designer to work. And I agree with Stefano and with Nell, because the consumer side is not well defined. We talk more about an object, a piece of art. And that's why it's very interesting to think about the consumer who is supposed to wear the bag, and for in which situation. This is more about my question too.
So the size of the bag is like 28 by 16, and so exactly what's the question again? I'm sorry.
No, to resume my question is who can wear the bag? Who can buy the bag? For which use?
So like I think my bag could be everyone. There's no like limitation to my bag because I think there's the inside of the design, there's like a lot of space for people to put in, even though not many people these days put a lot of things in a bag. I made a bag bigger to have different purposes for people to use it.
Okay, thank you.
Finally, Mountain, do you have any suggestions or comments for Yumin?
Well, I think it's a very good creation as a designer, but I do agree with the rest of the judges' sets. When we design, we better understand our audience and what's the contribution of the design to the audience. And nowadays, that even myself, I buy many small bags. So I think the room for this bag is good enough to put your daily stuff. But if you like move forward to develop something more marketable, maybe you could adjust a little bit of the finishing of the bag, the fastening of the bag. So to make it more I think could make it more like close to the audience, because it's too conceptual at this moment, but I don't think it's a bad thing. I do think it's a outstanding conceptual product, but with the help with perhaps with the rest of the judges or the people in the industry, you can go even more forward to develop a more like marketable products. So which is great. I think it's a great design.
Thank you, Mountain. Nell, do you have anything else or any additional questions you would like to know from Yumin?
I mean, I agree with the rest of judges. Like the bag is not, I wouldn't say it's like the most commercial bag, but I think it's a very strong concept.
Right.
And actually in the market, especially in the runway, there's a lot of like egg-shaped bag. This kind of reminds me of that. I think it's a very strong concept, very modern, but yeah, I agree, it's not the most commercial. I'm actually have a question about the closure. I want to know like how you like what's the closure of the bag, and because I only see the strap attachment on the side and I see the top handle part, but I'm actually curious of how you open the bag and close.
Yeah,
So,
that's the thing I mentioned, the fastening of the bag.
Oh yeah, so the bag is like opening like this. So like
is
like
there
this.
a like a mag snap under the lead, or do you have any actual like closure that you can close the bag?
It's a magnet.
Oh, it's a magnet. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So if the judges don't have any more comments, this is our third finalist for the Q&A session. So thank you all the judges, and we can see that all three designs are quite unique and they have all their own personal qualities. So maybe you can provide just overall advice and general comments for our finalists, and maybe for people who are actually interested to join DAB next year as well. Olivier, would you like to start? Maybe what do you have for our aspiring design students and freelance designers?
What I think, my recommendation, it's about, of course, as at the source of the competition, we think about a theme, and the theme we try to be very linked to the actuality, to the market, but we are still open to any proposition, to every creative proposition. With this upcycling, vintage, rethink, upgrade, I was quite surprised and interested by the proposition of the young designers. So let's go on.
Stefano, do you have some words for our aspiring young designers these days?
Yeah. I really appreciate all the efforts and the creativity the participants in general they had. I saw many interesting things, and again, as usual, we can only choose 3. That's the point. So I saw a lot of good ideas, good jobs, really creative, and also the use of some really very interesting material. So I was really good impressed this year. So by the participant, and that means that we are on the right way, and I hope for the next year will be again so plenty of creativity, because we need creativity, we need beautiful things, we need to have our emotion put into objects. That's very important. Then okay, some can like more or less, can be more marketing oriented, can be something more creative and standing alone, but at the end what we need is creativity, and this is what this year I found it a lot. So I'm very happy about that.
Great. So Nell, being our first time judge, what advice or any comments?
Like Stefano said, there were so many great ideas. So even though your like participant, if your idea didn't make it, I really hope you don't think like your idea is bad or anything. So please keep going with your, please come up with great ideas like you always do. And I'm very excited to see more fun, creative ideas next year.
And finally, Mountain, what do you think about the design this year? And what do you have any plans for next year?
I think the aspiration is great that many of our finalists, they do consider about our environment. And I love the sustainable ideas. And I think that creativity is the key of to be the next winner. So I think it's the main thing that younger design could consider to express more of your ideas. And secondly, to consider more about the user-friendly concept, that how to market your products. Otherwise, you could create something which cannot translate your vision into your audience. It would be a waste. So I think both should be in a good balance.
Thank you. So we are now nearing the end of the ceremony, but before we all go, let's just take some group virtual photo first. So maybe the finalists could also show their prototype in your camera so that we can all see your bag design. It'll be a waste of free time. So we'll just take some screen captures here. Just give us a second. Say cheese.
You made it? We can make a new one?
Almost. You can do other poses or anything, so it's more.
Please.
We can do like this. Let there be rock.
Okay, great. We have taken quite a few screen captures, so hopefully we will get something good. So
rolling for our life.
all for coming to the ceremony. The judges will have a discussion on the overall winner after this event. So like we said, we will announce the overall results. So 2 days later on Friday, 22nd of October. And we will also announce this on our website and social media. So a new theme is being proposed right now, and we'll have it ready maybe November, December this year. So if you or your friends are interested in the grand prize to join a 4-week back design course in our tutorial school, please join us again in 2022. So congratulations to our 3 finalists, and thank you everyone for joining us today, and hopefully see you in Fashion Access 2022.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.